Alright guys, we're gonna do a quick recap here. This is a lesson. Took 2 L's here and then I just shorted the fuck out of this to the London because it was pretty obvious. But I had to break some rules for that. But my excuse is, this is the eval. So, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But I was gonna walk away after the second loss, but then I saw price just aggressively started moving lower. So yeah, it's pretty obvious because I didn't even notice that we took this out here too. So we got SMT there. We tapped into an untapped 15/1 hour order block, so we're gonna get a reaction. And we have a clear sell side, so I was like, yeah, probably gonna go after that, especially after moving that aggressively. Oh shit. Okay, I'm about to pepper trade this. So the only really valid trade was this one right here. Tap. You got your CISD right there. You would want to get an entry right here. And it stops here. Worst case would have been, if you didn't break even, which I would at 1-to-1. It's a break even. So this trade would have been break even if I took it. But I'm seeing something new here. We got SMT right here. We kind of have a CISD, but oh no, I kind of want to wait for this here, for this closure here. That might result with me getting a poor entry, but it ain't that bad. But I think low day so far will be the target. Yeah, these equal lows right here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Not completely equal, but relatively equal. Yes, midnight low. So yeah, we took out London, all these here, so obviously we're gonna expect a retracement. If we get a nice CISD here, I might just get in this. Okay. If this thing closes bearish, like a strong bearish, I will get in. Alright, we're at some team right now, so you're gonna have to wait a little bit more. But yeah, so the trade here took a loss here. Hold on, let me just show you guys the executions. Right here, first loss, second loss, and then I just shorted this shit all the way down here. And we up pretty much $500 for the day. So, alright, that's what we're about to do here. So first loss, to be honest, it was kind of like, I was really just looking to enter. It's pretty dumb now to look back at it. We had an SMT with a 930 open here. Although they did tap it right here. You know what I'm saying? It's just, when you're looking at it, like, it's just, I don't know. Because I did tell myself, if we tap into an untapped order block, especially after taking out something significant, like a high, in this case it's London, even if it wasn't London, it's still a significant high here. You definitely gotta wait for 1 minute fair value at the very least. And we never got that. The first trade, I mean, the setup is pretty nice. You got a nice V shape here. The only thing missing was the 1 minute fair value. We never got that, so I think that's the reason why that failed. But the second one, we tapped into a 5 minute. And then I went to, I think it was a 15. CISD here. Got an inversion right there, enter right there. Now that's pretty good, but at the same time, since it's a 5 minute tap, I should be looking for that CISD slash inversion on the 1 minute. Same goes if it's a 1 minute tap, I go to the seconds to look for my entry. So yeah, I think that's the reason why that ultimately lost, besides the fact that I was wrong about the move. So yeah, 2 mistakes right there. Which wasn't bad. I was only down like $300. But still could have been avoided, to be honest. So yeah, I really just gotta stick to my trades. Like this one here. See, even if it didn't work out, it gave the opportunity to go break even, which is what the goal is. You know, the goal is to either be right about the move and win, or be right enough to be given the opportunity to go break even, so you don't take a loss. So yeah, we did that. You know, we tapped into a 1 minute fair value. We have a clear target. You got your CISD right there. Maybe you want to enter the tab. You want to fucking anticipate this, or enter at the retrace, which will be like this. Stops above here, and target a minimum 1 to 2, and then break even on 1 to 1. And 1 to 1 will be right here. So yeah, you would have been break even, which is still a pretty good trade to me. So here, now we're tapping to this 5 minute /15. We're in an order block. We're still keeping these highs here on ES, and as you can see, we're SMTing those. So to me, I would just consider this as a reaction from the SMT that we had with these lows here. So as soon as we get a nice move lower, should be good to go. Take this off here. CISD here will be nice. We can enter off of this. We got a 5 minute tap. Like I said, the same thing here, 5 minute tap, and we look for the inversion or the CISD. And we about to get that inversion. This is how the trade would look for me. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. 1 to 2. Yeah, this looks pretty good because ES still has the London low right there. So yeah, this looks pretty good. We're gonna end up SMTing this, so yeah, we're not gonna get in at with market execution. We're gonna get in with a limit because we're gonna expect some type of retracement here. Yeah, 30, so oh, fuck. We're gonna get in here. Put that limit there. Then I think they're about to, come on, don't. Okay, nice. Okay. It's 1 to 2, 1 to 1 will be right here. Yeah, I think we're about to close below that. Might leave a nasty ass wick though. Shit. Okay. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Alright, let's see what happens though. Ooh, fuck, I'm starving. Currently SMTing here. Okay. Looks pretty good. See what SMT with this candle here. We already reacted to it with this and this. So once we can get a nice push lower here, yeah, I'd say we're in pretty good shape here. Okay. See, that's what makes this a little difficult, man, because I mean, yeah, waiting for it obviously would be the better choice. in hindsight, but at the same time, you gotta anticipate it at times, man. We really can't do anything at this point. We're already in it, so we just gotta keep. You really gotta stay in the trade. Let's see if there's like some seconds I can look at here. Maybe this here. I'm trying to look for like fair values that if price like invalidates it, I'll just get off. Okay, this looks pretty good so far. We ain't got no wick in that candle though. I don't like that. Cause a lot of times they're gonna come back and make a wick for that shit, which it looks like they're going to. At this point, I'm gonna put my stops above here. Just de-risk. Because this trade is kind of dangerous at this point. It's dangerous. Yeah, I don't know, man. They keep stalling. Okay. Okay. I still don't like how we ain't got no wick on that shit, though, man. Unless they just want to leave it like that. We're still gonna keep the 1-to-1 here, even though you know it says 1-to-3, but that's really not it. Oh yes, okay. We got a fair value right here. If we close above this, I'm killing the trade because it still hasn't gave me a definitive close below this. I mean, yeah, we got this, which is pretty. It's a pretty nice bearish candle, but I don't like the fact that that shit has no wick, bro. Maybe if there was a wick on that candle, then yeah, this would be a pretty solid close. But I don't like the fact that that shit has no wick. So I don't trust it yet fully. Yeah, see? Okay, now I need you to tap that wick and then just revert, man. If we get a closure above here, I gotta close the trade. What the fuck? Is there news today? This thing is spazzing out. Oh, where is it? Did they wick it? Okay, they wicked it. That's pretty good. Hold on, let me see. Okay, they wicked it. Okay. Yeah, now I can, yeah, now this looks pretty good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on now. See, there still hasn't been a solid close below this fair value, man. I don't count this here. I needed this one here. If this one closed right, like, okay, we still got 10 seconds here. If this closes nice and strong, then I can relax a little bit. Yeah, full disclosure, I'm not in this, alright? I'm not in this on the Lucid. I'm just paper trading this. I'm already done for the day. At least I gotta stay disciplined about that part, you know? Because I kind of had to fucking break my rule saying, yeah, nah, I think this trade is over. Damn. Yeah, we never got a fucking like a real close below this. Like all this just don't count, man. It's all bullshit. But the idea is still there. We're still respecting the SMT right there. Okay. Let me take this off here. Take this off. Okay, maybe if we can get a nice closure below here, then I will, yeah, we'll get in on it. SMT all of these highs up here. I still think at the very least ES is gonna take out London. Now if NQ comes down here, I don't know, but but I'm pretty confident that ES is gonna take out London. I want to get a nice CISD here for on the 32nd here. SMT all these lows, and these are just reactions for it. Okay, what you got a nice inversion right there. You know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot for 1 to 2. Stops right there. Okay. Let me take this off now, because see this, yeah, I would consider this as an inversion here. Yeah, I would consider that as an inversion. Closure below here and eventually here would make this trade. Okay, that's a really nice close. So, you know, these are the type of close we're looking for. 1 to 1 is right here. The old London low. Whoa, oh, okay, we go break even. They're about to tag London. We really shouldn't see a reaction off of that because we already reacted to it. But, you know, we'll see. And we just let it run. Now we just target that low. There's no SMTs here now. Because we already SMT'd all of these lows here. We already got the reaction out of it. So it should be smooth sailing from here, you know, theoretically. So we'll see. Go where the TP is it's in a fair value. I mean, it's in an order block. Yeah, I could probably target the low of that order block, but we're just gonna keep it right here. Okay, we should be able to run that. There it is. Nice, nice, nice. Perfect. It's not really the best fucking, you know, example of the setup, but it's still the setup nonetheless. Tap into fair value. Well, our clear sell side has been taken, but that same sell side has been taken out on ES yet, and nowhere in here is it telling us we're bullish. So it's, you know, it's pretty fair to think that we're gonna take that out at the very least for London, right? And obviously they're correlated, so if London's gonna go lower, NQ is going to also. So like I said, we're tapping into these fair values here. We're SMCing all these highs and never took them out on ES. So really, it was really just all about waiting for the valid setup, which is the inversion in the lower time frame. This could have been it if we had a nice closure below. This would have been a nice close if we had a nice wick above here, but we never got that. So it's all bullshit right there. So to be fair, this would have worked out if you had your stops here, because really this is the protected stop. But I like to put my stops above here at the inversion high, because for me, if we're gonna pull that high, it just doesn't make sense to me personally. But technically, the The projected high would be obviously the high of the fucking SMT. So the swing point. So yeah, technically that would have worked out, but you know. So we had that retraced. You know, it's the same idea. We're still in the same fucking fair values. We still have the same SMTs intact. So it really was just all about waiting for the right displacement, which was right here. You didn't even have to look at the 15. You just look at the 30 right here. We had the same candle on the 30. So that was it. Enter right there. If you wanted to be more sure, you would have to wait for this to get a CASD below here. But as you can see, they never gave you the opportunity to get in if you wanted to wait for that. So that's why we entered at the closure below that. It's pretty solid close. As you can see, there's a nice, if you know about candles, this is like a nice fucking bearish hammer, whatever the fuck they call it. It's pretty nice. So we enter right there. Same stops as this right here. And you know, you just let it do its thing. That was about it. Pretty simple, man. It's literally like, it's the same shit as the fucking first trade, which was right here. It's the same thing. You know, first one just happened to get taken out. It's because, you know, I put my stuff up there. That's on me. You can say, you know, that's on me. But if you really put it above here, you never got taken out. It's the same thing. This one's just less valid than this one because we never really got a nice closure below here. The nice closure was right here, actually. So if you still use this, yeah, you could have gotten in somewhere around here, which would have been the same entry actually. So yeah, see, now our trade is still working out here. This is the same shit. We tapped right there. You wait for a CISD right here. No, in this case it's a fucking inversion. So you can either anticipate it or wait for a retracement or something like this. Then target 1 to 2. Yeah, let's say we're in this here. I don't really like this anymore because we already took out a lot of our targets. So the likelihood of it working up kind of goes low. You know, it goes down. Like the percentages of this trade working out goes down. Obviously the safe stop be up here, but like I said, I don't really like this trade. But this is the setup. You know, I'm just pointing out that this is the same setup that we just took here. It's just less probable. Yeah, I don't really like the way this is looking now. Also the fact that we already took out all London here. We're tapping into a fair value right here. Yeah, we might take this out, but at the same time, it might chop around before doing it. So yeah, I think that's it for me. It's a pretty solid day. First 2 trade couldn't even avoid it. The last trade I took, not gonna lie, I broke the rules on those. I didn't wait for any retracement. As you can see, not even retracements on the lower time frame. We never got it. So yeah, but I was very confident we were gonna take out London. Well, I did it. But yeah, that's about it for the day, man. See you guys in the next one.